Welcome, Pisces. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I have pulled for you the King of Wands as your overall energy for this new moon in Taurus. The King of Wands is all about your inspiration, your ability to inspire and motivate yourself and others. You're inspired by something, and this is the result of perhaps coming out of a period of unclarity, floating, a sense of floating that may have pervaded your environment. There may have been heightened sensitivity to experiences in the past. You may have are being pulled on by old relationships or old experiences, feeling the tug of those. And out of that, you have managed to challenge the clarity with which you want to grow and expand. And this is really momentous at this particular time because it is modeling for you an exercise of your practice. I feel as though your meditations, your intimate daily rituals are becoming a form of discipline for you to help you to focus on your goals and the direction moving forward. This is a general reading, Pisces, so it may not resonate for all of you. I welcome all of you that are new and familiar to me and the time that you are taking to spend with me. So before we get started with the wheel, I pulled a Yogic Path Oracle, and it is Atma. And I'm going to read about first the reversed interpretation, and at the end of the reading, we'll read the upright position. Atma is the infinite aspect of the soul. And this is something that Pisces is very connected to. Perhaps you are experiencing the pains of earthly life, stress, fear, trauma, jealousy, anger. You've gotten caught up in the day-to-day and lost touch with your greater connection to the universe. Have you forgotten that you are a child of the stars? Spend some time underneath the universe's curtain late at night and reconnect with the lost fragments of your soul. You are stardust shaped as a human and filled with the wonders of the cosmos. Open your eyes to the magic that exists around you and within you. Love that. Place that here and we'll revisit it later. I want to see that beautiful card. And for your the way you're showing up, the Magician, wow, this is pretty powerful. I really feel you absolutely clear from a time of some confusion, stress, absorbing the vast and some destructive, some potentially benefit changes that are occurring around you as the ground is literally shifting underneath your feet. You may have lost something as a result of some of the changes that we're experiencing socially, but that has only galvanized your desire to create something. Understanding now better the need for your gifts, your talents, your expression, your effort. This is a clarity about who you are and the way that you can share what you are with the world. This is important because you are absolutely in the position to inspire and motivate others. They are watching you. You are a model of how to create, how to be a vehicle for a positive self-expression, for building something of value, a resource in the world, available to all. In the first house, the Seven of Wands is describing the ongoing work that is required, particularly in these tumultuous times, to set clear boundaries, to accept yourself fully, to no longer measure yourself against the values or definitions of others, but to respond with clear intention of choosing self. And in that way, giving yourself the space to focus on what it is you want to achieve. This is about the daily practice of your discipline. It's about the daily way that no matter how many times we've said no to something that doesn't feel right, we have to continue to say no to it in the future. And there's a sense here of a little defensiveness, looking over your shoulder at things that you know are not aligned with you, but that more and more desperately seek your approval, your company, your inclusion. And that can harden you in some ways, but ultimately it is to serve your continued advancement on the path of your own growth, your own expansion. In the fourth house, the High Priestess, you're channeling a lot of guidance, a lot of divine guidance, and whatever language that your practice, your spirituality defines. Here you are, in fact, a vehicle for past life's experiences and lessons of this lifetime, which you reflect on in your presence, in your practice, in your sacred space. Home being wherever you take the sacred space. And that doesn't need to be in a defined location. But you also are aware that what your wisdom is bringing to you is not for everybody. It's not to be shared with everyone for a reason. And you know that reason is because not everyone shares your values, is similarly aligned, or understands your wisdom. Many of you may be channeling this through ways that you write and or speak, ways that you present your ideas, using different modalities to make connections that feed your creative growth, that help you share the information that you are similarly collecting back. And this need for ongoing discrimination is critical to your forward movement. And there's continually the message that you must be cautious. You must use your intuition, reading all the signs that are available to you, and to create that practice that gives you the space to practice those. In the seventh house, the house of your significant others, the Page of Cups is indicating this slow opening of your heart. It isn't that your heart isn't always open, Pisces. It's that you're learning to do this in a way that protects your considerable gifts, your considerable intuition and sensitivities, that actually cultivates your imagination and your creativity. This is one of your primary tools right now in creating something that you want to offer to others as a resource, a way that you're showing up for others, a tool that you're modeling for them. This feels particularly relevant to any of you that use your hands in any way. Of course, we use our hands for everything, so that's not very particularly descriptive, but the idea that you are healing through your creative gifts, I guess, is the message that's coming through. I'm going to pull a crystal oracle here, and we have the Moonstone, and the key word here is cycles. I am in the divine flow of my soul's rhythm and life cycles. And I'm resonating with the beautiful colors on this card, which feel very much like Pisces. There's a flow, but more than a flow, there's a luminousness here that feels very much, do you see this golden cord here that is speaking to me about your alignment, your alchemical purification, the refinement of the personal qualities of your character into the essence of your soul. I'm going to clarify the Seven of Wands here with the Moon card. You are actually quite practiced at going into your subconscious, looking at behaviors, character traits, experiences that brought you shame, dishonor, humiliation, sadness, patterns of behavior that don't feel good for whatever reason, facing the fears that come up as you are perhaps triggered by small things that once you could have ignored or tolerated from others are now eliciting this response. But instead of staying in that response, anger or frustration, you are immediately witnessing yourself in the present moment and finding that key, that experience within your history, within your experience that is generating this sense of caution, fear, disempowerment. And this is a skill, perhaps it comes to you in your dreams. You're channeling this, you're asking questions and you're receiving answers. You can't always decipher the information that you're receiving in dreams or in your meditation. But at this, you know that that is all right. You're letting that flow. And this is such a great strength as you are processing things that you are releasing. And a lot of where you are being guided in your dreams will be revealed. And you trust in that. You know that. It's absolutely connected up with your ancestral guides, your wisdom, your elders. This is powerful sensitivity, but you must be protected. In the old traditions that I was trained in, one of the key words or some of the key words associated with the moon were false friends and secret foes. In the fourth house, the High Priestess is clarified by the Servant of Pentacles. Here, the Page of Pentacles is showing your willingness to exercise your wisdom, express your wisdom in any way with any tool available. You're right down in your body. You're right down in that place where you are sorting your possessions. You're looking at your bank account. You're looking at how to invest in the things that have value to you and that are going to support the work that you are planning, that you are envisioning. And this is important because in these spheres of higher consciousness, there is always the challenge of staying grounded, staying in your body, staying on earth, so you can be available for the 3D, the real world challenges, difficulties that must be dealt with. In the seventh house, the Page of Cups is clarified by the Eight of Jades. And I love this. This is the discipline. So you're using discipline, your work ethic, your persistence, your step-by-step routines and processes to manage and channel your creative imagination. You are not allowing yourself to be a victim of inspiration. Instead, you are concretizing, manifesting the fruits of that creative imagination into the real world. You're producing things. You're insistent upon production, productivity in your life. That is what makes your experience of heightened consciousness, heightened awareness real for you, useful, available to others. And this is key because you keep moving. You keep taking steps towards your vision. In the 10th house, the Magician card is clarified by the Hanged One. It's interesting because I almost feel like this willingness to sacrifice some kind of superficial action, success, visibility is part of what is gaining you the connection to your source, to your wisdom, to your divine elders, your counsel. And you're letting yourself be guided from within rather than externally by the motivation to have more things, to gain more attention, to be seen in a wider and wider sphere. You're sacrificing that for staying on the path of your greatest growth, producing your greatest resources, wisdom, building your most excellent temple that is available to all. So I do see you honoring over and over again this need to step back and to clarify, realign your perspective so that you're holding on to the big picture here. You're not getting lost in the weeds. You're not getting lost in your reactions, your knee-jerk reactions to things that once didn't bother you at all. But you're allowing yourself to use those triggers to purify your intent, to channel your energies appropriately into something much greater. And I'm going to look at the Atma card one more time, reading the upright interpretation to close out this reading. Blessed soul, you're now begun to see glimpses of the divinity that exists within you, and there's so much more to experience. You're filled with limitless potential and have realized that the only obstacles that exist are within your mind. You've reached a deeper connection to your highest self, the immortal aspect of your existence, the very seed of your soul, Atman. Your meditation has unveiled hidden depths to your true being and allowed you to experience the vastness that exists inside you. You've become aware that you are a microcosm of the greater macrocosm, a reflection of the universe. Now bring this expansiveness into the everyday and watch your life unfold. If you've enjoyed this content, Pisces, please check out more content here. And until next time, namaste.